I've been building and managing WordPress sites for years, and if there is one thing that consistently frustrates me, it's how the platform handles images. We've all been there. You spend hours editing the perfect set of photos. You upload them to the media library, and then you're stuck with the default WordPress gallery block. It's fine, I guess, but it's static, it's boring, and it offers almost zero creative control. Worst of all, if you're like me and you have hundreds or even thousands of images, the default library becomes a massive, unorganized pile where you can never find what you need. A great gallery shouldn't just look pretty on the front end. It should be easy to manage on the back end. That's why I started hunting for a better way. Today, I'm taking you through my personal shortlist of the 5 best WordPress photo gallery plugins for 2025. I've personally tested and used every single one of these on real client sites. We'll look at the industry legends that everyone talks about, some specialized tools for designers, and I'll even share the hidden gem that I finally settled on, the one that actually fixed my messy library and my galleries at the same time. Whether you're a professional photographer, a travel blogger, or just someone who wants a portfolio that doesn't look like a template from 2012, this list has you covered. Let's jump in with a look at some of the most popular options on the market. The first plugin I want to talk about is one I've relied on for years whenever I'm working on a performance-heavy project, Envira Gallery. In my experience, if your number one priority is speed and clean code, this is the industry standard. When I first started using it, I was immediately struck by how lightweight it feels compared to the bloated feel of some older plugins. It's built around a modular system, which means you only enable the features you actually need, keeping your site fast and uncluttered. The drag-and-drop builder is probably the most intuitive I've used. You just grab your images, throw them in, and rearrange them exactly how you want. I especially love the supersized lightbox feature for high-end photography clients who want their images to stay crisp and full resolution without that weird WordPress distortion. It also handles mobile responsiveness better than almost anyone. I've never seen an Envira Gallery break a layout on a phone, and the touch swipe gestures in the lightbox feel very natural for users. However, I do have to be honest about the add-ons approach. While it's great for speed, it can feel a bit like feature gating when you're first starting out. For example, if you want video galleries, social sharing, or even just basic pagination for larger sets, you'll need to move into their paid tiers. It's definitely a pro-level tool. And while it's incredibly fast and polished, it still follows that classic workflow of building a gallery from scratch every single time. Next in my personal rotation is a plugin that I reach for whenever a project calls for something a bit more artistic and unique, Modula. If you've ever felt frustrated by those rigid, perfect square grids that make every website look exactly the same, Modula is going to be a breath of fresh air. My absolute favorite thing about this plugin, and the reason I used it for a high-end photography portfolio last year, is the custom grid builder. Instead of letting an algorithm decide where your photos go, Modula gives you a helper grid where you can literally grab the corner of any image and resize it. You can make your best shot take up 4 squares, while smaller supporting shots tuck in around it. It's like designing a magazine layout directly in WordPress. I've found that this level of creative control is rare. Most plugins force you into a masonry or columns look. But Modula lets you build a mosaic that feels intentional and handcrafted. On top of the design flexibility, I've been really impressed with their speed-up extension. We all know that massive galleries can kill your page load times, but Modula integrates with ShortPixel to optimize your images on the fly and serves them through a CDN. It's one of the few designer plugins that doesn't sacrifice performance for beauty. However, a quick word of advice from my own experience. While the custom grid is amazing, it can be a little time-consuming if you have a gallery with 50+ images. It's a tool for curating rather than just dumping files. Also, like many premium plugins, the most exciting features, like video support and that deep speed optimization, are locked behind their pro tiers. Next, we have to talk about the grandfather of WordPress gallery plugins, NextGEN Gallery. I've seen this plugin on almost every professional photography site I've ever audited, and for a very specific reason. This isn't just a tool for making a pretty grid on a blog post. It is a full-scale gallery management system. If you are a professional photographer who needs to manage thousands of images, handle client proofing, or even sell physical prints directly from your site with automated fulfillment, NextGEN is basically the only game in town. My experience with NextGEN has always been a bit of a love-hate relationship. On one hand, the power is undeniable. I love the fact that you can group multiple galleries into albums and even add watermarks or right-click protection to keep your work from being stolen. The integration with Adobe Lightroom is a massive time saver. 2. You can literally upload photos directly from your editing software to your website. For a business, it's a complete ecosystem. On the other hand, it's a heavy plugin. The interface is packed with so many features that it can feel a bit old school and overwhelming if you just want to do something simple. Because it's so robust, it can also have a bigger impact on your site's performance if you don't configure the lazy loading and image optimization correctly. And while there's a free version, the real business features like the Pro Lightbox and e-commerce tools are going to cost you, with plans usually starting around $69 per year. The next plugin on my list is one I usually recommend to my clients who aren't particularly techy, but still want a professional-looking site: FooGallery. In my experience, if you're looking for the path of least resistance, this is it. What I personally love about FooGallery is how it feels like a natural extension of the WordPress dashboard. It doesn't try to reinvent the wheel with a complicated new interface. It just adds a galleries menu that is incredibly intuitive to navigate. One of the standout features that I always show my clients is the live preview built right into the gallery editor. Unlike some of the other plugins where you have to save your work and refresh a front-end page just to see a small change, FooGallery shows you exactly what the gallery looks like as you adjust the settings. If you want to see how a masonry layout looks compared to a justified grid, you can toggle between them and see the result instantly. It's also very generous with its free version, offering 7 beautiful templates and built-in lazy loading, which is a huge win for SEO and page speed right out of the box. For more advanced users, I found their filtering and tagging system to be a lifesaver for larger portfolios. You can let your visitors sort through your work by category, like weddings, portraits, or landscape, without the page ever having to reload. However, keep in mind that while the basic layouts are free, the more fun styles like the Polaroid or slider templates require the Pro Starter plan, which begins around $34 per year. And if you want to include videos or that advanced filtering I mentioned, you'll need the Pro Expert tier at $69. It's a solid, reliable all-rounder that rarely causes conflicts with other plugins. Now, I want to talk about the hidden gem that actually made me stop using standalone gallery plugins altogether. WP Media Folder with the Gallery add-on. I'll be honest, my personal journey with this one started because I was desperate to fix my messy media library. I was tired of having a separate workflow where I organized my images in one place but had to build galleries in another. This plugin completely collapses those two tasks into one. The magic moment for me was discovering the Gallery from Folder feature. Usually with plugins like Envira or NextGEN, if you add a new photo to your site, you have to go back into the gallery settings and manually add it there too. With WP Media Folder, you simply right-click any folder in your media library and click Create Gallery from Folder. Now, whenever I drop a new image into that folder on my backend, the gallery on my live page updates automatically. It's a total set-it-and-forget-it system that has saved me hours of repetitive work. And don't think that because it's an organization tool, the galleries look basic. With the Gallery add-on, you get 8 stunning professional themes, including masonry, a 3D flow slide, and a sleek material design look. You can even mix images with remote videos from YouTube or Vimeo in the same grid. I've found that it's the only tool that gives me a high-end pro look while keeping my dashboard perfectly organized. It's also incredibly lightweight because it uses the native WordPress media structure rather than adding a whole new database layer. If you're tired of double handling your images and want a system that just works, this is my top recommendation. To wrap things up, choosing a gallery plugin in 2025 isn't just about finding the prettiest grid. It's about finding the workflow that doesn't make you want to pull your hair out. If you're a speed demon, Envira is your go-to. If you want every gallery to look like a handcrafted mosaic, Modula is unbeatable. For the professional photographers running a full-scale business, NextGEN remains the powerhouse, while FooGallery is the perfect, friendly middle ground for almost everyone else. But after years of jumping between all of these, I've found that the best gallery plugin is actually the one that manages your library at the same time. WP Media Folder and its gallery add-on have completely changed how I build sites. I no longer feel like I'm doing double work. I just organize my folders, and the galleries take care of themselves. It's professional, it's automated, and it keeps the back end of my WordPress sites cleaner than they've ever been. If you're ready to stop the media library mess and start creating stunning automatic galleries, you can pick up WP Media Folder for just $49. But if you want those 8 professional themes and the gallery from folder magic we talked about today, I highly recommend the Gallery Add-on Bundle for $69. And for the pros who want everything, including Cloud Sync with Google Drive or Dropbox, the full June United WordPress bundle at $149 is the absolute best value for your toolbox. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into my personal favorites. All the links you need are in the description below. If this video helped you clear up the gallery confusion, hit that like button, subscribe for more WordPress insights, and let me know in the comments. Are you Team Masonry or Team Custom Grid? I'll see you in the next one.